Welcome to your channel, Light of Guidance.
Non-Muslims and their view of women. This is Aristotle, the renowned Greek philosopher, who said about women, "A woman is fit only for bearing children. She is merely a defective being produced by nature." As for Plato, the author of the idea of the ideal city, he lamented being born of a woman and despised his mother simply because she was female. Socrates, another famed philosopher, described women as a poisonous tree, whose appearance is beautiful, but birds die if they eat from it. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, the well-known European thinker, said, "Woman was not created for knowledge or wisdom, but merely to satisfy the desires of men." Nietzsche, the German philosopher, stated, "In her best condition, woman is a creature no different from cats, dogs, or cows." Darwin, the father of the theory of evolution, said, "A woman is something we love to play with, better than a dog for amusement." In ancient civilizations, the situation was even worse. The Greeks viewed women as poisonous trees. The Buddhists believed women to be a trap of temptation. Among the Chinese, women could be sold or detained to repay debts. In India, women were burned alive with their husbands when the latter died. Men could even gamble away their wives. In the distorted Torah, woman is described as more bitter than death, and a righteous man was one who had no wife. In Christianity, Paul wrote in his letters, "I do not permit a woman to teach, she must remain silent." In the pre-Islamic era, Jahiliyyah, when one of the Arabs was given the news of a baby girl, his face darkened with grief and he hid himself in shame. As the Qur'an describes, when one of them is informed of the birth of a female, his face becomes dark, and he suppresses grief. He hides himself from the people because of the ill of which he has been informed. Should he keep it in humiliation or bury it in the ground? Qur'an 16:58-59, such was their view of women. But then came Islam, which elevated and honored women. Those who attack the religion of Allah today focus their criticism solely on Islam, while ignoring the disdain shown towards women by Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Nietzsche, Darwin, Rousseau, and many others who truly belittled women. Meanwhile, Islam says, "O mankind, fear your Lord, who created you from a single soul and created from it its mate and dispersed from both of them many men and women." Quran 4:1, "Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you." Quran 49:13, "Indeed, I do not allow the work of any worker, male or female, to be lost." Quran 3:195, "The Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him said, 'Indeed, women are the twin halves of men.'" So where are these critics from the justice and honor that Islam grants to women? This is the true status of women in Islam. Summary: all this highlights the historical degradation and mistreatment of women across various ancient civilizations and by prominent Western philosophers such as Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Rousseau, Nietzsche, and Darwin. It cites their harsh and demeaning views toward women, portraying them as inferior, defective, or merely objects of desire. It also describes how women were oppressed in ancient Greece, China, India, and among pre-Islamic Arabs. In stark contrast, the text emphasizes how Islam uplifted and honored women, granting them dignity, rights, and equality in spiritual worth. It references several Quranic verses and prophetic sayings that affirm women's equal status before God and their essential role in society. The conclusion criticizes those who attack Islam while ignoring the far worse treatment of women in other traditions and philosophies, asserting that Islam truly honored women and gave them justice and respect.